Good morning, welcome to Catex TV. My name is Frank Fortunato. Today is Thursday, November 20th, 2014. You can follow us on Twitter at Catex TV. Well, it's only a matter of time until we're going to have a drone commercial airliner mid-air collision that's going to result in an immense loss of life. Federal officials are investigating three commercial pilots who have reports from three commercial pilots who have indicated that drones were flying near their planes as their aircraft approached Kennedy Airport in New York City this week. The latest incident occurred yesterday as a JetBlue Airbus A320 was flying from Savannah, Georgia, coming into Kennedy, and they saw a drone at 400 feet. On Sunday, a Virgin Atlantic 747 coming from London reported sighting a drone at about 3,000 feet coming into Kennedy Airport. At about the same time, a Delta flight coming from San Diego reported a drone near one of its wings. The planes were flying over Nassau County out on Long Island. On their approach into the airport, they all landed safely. The liquidators of the special purpose vehicle Mariah Re have filed an appeal against a lower court ruling that accused them of playing with contract wording in an attempt to avoid payment. This is in a dispute over a $100 million cat bond payout to the American insurance company American Family Mutual Insurance for tornado losses back in 2011. The lower court's ruling had said that the investors in the cat bond had gambled and lost on the weather, and as a result they have to pay. This case is being watched very closely because all of these insurance-linked securities are predicated upon the sanctity of these so-called triggers, which are events that both parties agree that should they occur, the purchaser of the bond will receive payment. Now the buyers or the investors in the bond are arguing whether or not the trigger did in fact occur. The snow situation in upstate New York continues to worsen. Yesterday, Buffalo was hit by 3 more feet of snow. There are over 8 feet of snow on the ground in the Buffalo area and along Lake Erie up in the northern tier of New York State. To make things worse, it seems as if there's going to be an increase in temperature above 60 degrees this weekend, which means that all of this snow is going to melt and turn it into an extreme flooding situation. The storm has been blamed for up to 8 deaths in western New York so far. The National Football League Buffalo Bills are offering $10 an hour plus game tickets to people willing to help shovel out the Ralph Wilson Stadium in Buffalo, where they're expected to play the New York Jets on Sunday. They have an estimated 220,000 tons of snow in the stadium. No word yet on whether the National Football League is going to be forced to move the game. Here's an interesting story that we noticed in Artemis in Bermuda. The range of investors who are coming into insurance-linked securities have traditionally been hedge funds and pension funds and the like. Well, here's a private company that's coming in, Premier Diagnostic Health Services. It's a Canadian company. It provides advanced medical diagnostic tools using CAT scan technology or MRI technology. The firm is investing only about $1.5 million into an unnamed reinsurer, but it's an interesting development in that it seems that the investor pool for these types of instruments is increasing. Here's an interesting blurb. Watford Re, which is the company set up in association with Arch Insurance to provide lower cost capital using Arch's underwriting platform, made an announcement earlier this week that it expects to write $400 million of premium in 2015. There's a headline in Insurance Day said that they're eyeing Italian medical malpractice insurance as it seeks casualty growth. Ouch! There are very few people in the London market who have not been burned by Italian medical malpractice. 3 people have died in an explosion in an industrial Turkish laundry in southern Antalya province yesterday. The blast killed 3 people immediately and injured 13 others. There was an injury to U2 singer Bono. He's had a tough week. Last week, the plane he was flying in Bermuda popped the hatch on the plane as it was landing at Tegel Airport, spewing his luggage throughout the entire western side of the city. On Sunday, he was in a serious bicycle accident while riding furiously in Central Park. He ended up having multiple fractures. That's causing him to, actually he had quite an extensive injury list here. He had facial fractures involving his left eye socket, his left shoulder blade was fractured in 3 places, and his left elbow fracture went through the skin and left the bone in 6 pieces. He had a 5-hour surgery that inserted 3 metal plates and 18 screws, and they had another surgery the next day to try to repair his little left finger on his left hand. The band has now been forced to cancel a week of appearances that they had scheduled on the NBC Tonight Show. Well, we always blast these guys because we find it a little preposterous that sitting out in Colorado, at Colorado State University, the team led by Dr. William Gray predicts hurricanes. But when they get it right, you have to give them credit. They got the hurricane prediction right for this year. They originally predicted 9 named storms, 3 hurricanes, and 1 major hurricane. That was later revised to 10 named storms, 4 hurricanes, and 1 major hurricane. The actual tally was 8 named storms, 6 hurricanes, and 2 major hurricanes. We'll count that as a win. Good work, Dr. Gray. That's the news for today. If we have any breaking news, we'll come back and tell you. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.